guys, we're back. We're back again in X-Plane. We're back again this time to have a look at a new plane. Yes, the PA-28 Archer TX/LX, an updated, improved, and frankly quite awesome version of the PA-28 from Just Flight. We're going to take it from where we are here in Palma across to Ibiza. It's time to go partying. What an awesome little plane it is. Let's take it on a fly. Grab that guidebook to let's go flying to Ibiza and let's go. Hi there, Steve here, and welcome back to X-Plane. And yes, a look at a brand new plane. Done a little bit of flying in this, and quite frankly, it's fantastic. Spoiler. It's this one here, the PA-28 Archer TX/LX from the awesome guys at Just Flight. And as always, we'd expect nothing but awesomeness from them. I'll put a link down in the description below where you can buy it. But it's, well, just awesome, basically. It's an update on the award-winning standard Archer. So it's now got an improved in-flight system, as we'll see. It's now got G1000 and EFD 1000. Slight improvements to the exterior and the interior. And it's the TX version is aimed at the training market and the LX at the private market. And a nice cruising speed of 118 knots and a range of 500 miles. So it's got the impressive G1000. And it's also got an extra little screen on the side that we'll see in a moment that is basically your backup. So yes, a link to that in the description below. Another awesome job there by the guys at Just Flight. Exterior quality, as always, you'd expect nothing less than, well, just fantastic and really, really good. Interior, well, pretty much the same. It's an awesome, awesome place to be. So we've got the standard G1000 set up here with this extra little screen over here, this evolution system, which is your backup basically. So we've got no standard instrumentation. This is running on a separate electrical supply, so in the event of this failing, you can actually fly home and get the plane home on this, as we'll see in a second, and we'll go through the little pop-out menu as well. So let's pop it into life. So we've got terrain radar on as well. So this is where we're going to and from. So we're here in Palma, and we take the short hop straight across to Ibiza. So a straight line run over there. That's the journey we are going to be doing today. So yes, standard G1000 fare, although with the terrain radar, which I really, really like. Let's pop it into life. Give it some mixture and start it up. Without making a mistake of putting the fuel on. Fuel would help. There we go, into life we go. So lights are up here, so we'll put our strobe on, put our nav lights on, just so people can see where we are. While we're up here as well, we've got these awesome little dome lights which light up blue. It's a really, really cool touch. I do like that. We've got one over here on the co-pilot's side, and also back here while we are here, I'll show you while the engine's warming up. We've got lighting up here as well, so you've got light at the top there, the switch is down here. How cool is that? That's pretty awesome. And there's also one over the other side as well that does that light up here, and we've got a bit of cargo space in the back, and really, really well detailed, and the avionics looking rather nice. So we'll go through this pop-out menu then. Again, something that Just Flight do, and I think they do it really well. So we can open the door from here. We can also open the little luggage compartment at the back. That's quite cool. We'll skip the next one because we'll save the best till last. We've got reflections of the windscreen on or off, so depending on the power of your PC. Instrumentation reflections on or off. Interior lights, we can turn them all on from in here as well. This brings on the autopilot, so you can actually fly with or without AP. We're going to use AP today. This brings on the cowlings on the wheels, which I think look really smart. I'll actually bring that volume down a little tiny bit. Auto fuel switching I will turn on because I've had some issues in the past with well, running out of fuel. This brings up our options, so we can simulate spark plug fouling and vapor lock if you want to go that good, but gives you our fuel total and a bit of information on the plane itself. This then does our weights and balances, so we can fill it with fuel, which is what we'll do, although we don't need it for this journey. You can also add in passengers and gives you your centre of gravity, so you can work out whether the plane's balanced or not. So that's really good, I like that. Audio up here we've got, so you can increase or decrease the master volume and avionics volume and the gyro volume, etc. So you can tweak your volumes from here, so that's really, really good. This one resets the plane if you have any glitches, so we won't bother clicking on that one. Here's your flight plans, checklists. So all the checklists you can work your way through, so that's really, really handy if you've not jumped in the plane before. Really, really good on showing you how to set a checklist up. Here's a flight computer, so it tells you the endurance you've got left on the plane based on the current settings, and a bit of information on there. We've got a logbook which actually shows you all the flights that you've done in various planes, so not just the plane you're flying, but shows all your history of flights. So that's really, really cool as well, so you can look back and see how many hours and stuff you've done. Here gives you your tug and tow handling, so you can actually, if you haven't got something like Better Push Pack installed, then you can do your ground handling from there, and this turns on your chocks, but obviously they won't turn on now because we've got the engines running. So yes, really cool, do like that. So leave auto fuel switching on, but the best thing now, we'll save till last, synthetic vision. That was just a wow moment for me. It's awesome. It is absolutely fantastic. I am truly in love with synthetic vision. It's just brilliant. I don't think I can fly without it now. And here's that little extra display we've got. It's Evolution. It's EFD 1000. We've got over on the side here. So basically, if this lot goes down, you can actually fly with this. So we've got our airspeed indicator, our altitude, we've got our direction. When you've got a course set, it will show you that on the GPS. You can reverse those should you wish, and you can basically fly the plane without the need for any other instrumentation. So it's designed as sort of a get you home, but I think it's quite a good challenge actually to do a flight one day without these on and see if we can actually do it by getting somewhere. So yes, interior eyes, of course, as we'd expect from Just Flight, really, really good. I will set our destination. We'll do that in here. So we are going to LEIB. So we'll set that. Just so LEIB, Ibiza, there we go. Enter, activate. So a straight line across. So it'll give us our time, etc. So 74 miles. And we've got a taxi down there. So it looks like we're taking off. Actually, what I'll do is I was going to take off and go from the other end, but I think we'll actually take off from this end. So we'll taxi our way out. We'll pop our landing lights on. There we go. Because I think planes, thanks to the brilliance that is Traffic Global, I think they're landing at the other end. Yeah, so we'll take off from this end. And then we'll make our way out. But I think this sounds really, really good. hope you don't crash into one of these planes coming in. Traffic Global, again, available from Just Flight, adds just a whole other dimension of bringing real-world aircraft and real-world flights into your flying experience.
Approaching 6 right.
Right, let's taxi on out.
On runway 6 right. Flaps, flaps.
Okay, there's a plane coming towards me. So we get ourselves airborne, which it does with ease. And we'll turn the AP on and get ourselves. Actually, he just landed, so we did quite well then. So we should have really taxied down and taken off and gone the other way. But around we go from Palma. Yeah, quality wise, really do like this thing. Did a long flight in it in one of our flight streams and thoroughly enjoyed it, but synthetic vision is brilliant. So making our way up. It wants pitot on, so we'll do that. So climbing up to 2,000 feet that we've set. Well, I don't think we need to be at that personally. So yes, planes moving around down there. So another plane taking off on the other runway. This is where we took off from, in the wrong direction. So we should have taken off from this side, really. If you've not seen Traffic Global, it basically adds in AI traffic that uses real traffic patterns. So if we look at the flight schedule, it will actually show you flights that actually have taken off. They're a few weeks behind from the airport we're at. So local time is 11 AM. So flights coming in and flights going out. So departures, so 11 AM to Gatwick. You can actually see the next plane lining up down there. So that's GAXBL. Where are you then? It's there we go. That's going to Glasgow. So that plane just departing now is actually on his way to Glasgow, and what we could do is actually follow it if we wanted to. So he's just taken off, landing gear will go up, and he will then fly all the way to Glasgow. So we can actually follow him all the way to Glasgow, where he'll land, he'll taxi and park at the gate. And that's really cool. So yes, Traffic Global also available from Just Flight. So departures, arrivals at the airport, and all flights from the airport you've taken off at. So you've actually got a taxi round them, etc., which is really cool. Right, picking up speed now. So 2,000 feet. So we've reached our altitude. We're now making the hop across to Ibiza. Yeah, so having the terrain radar, really cool. Do like that a lot. Synthetic vision, fantastic. And being able to use the G1000 sort of navigation system as well is really, really cool. But quality in here is just brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. It's just a great place to be. My only niggle, which he said, obviously this is based on a real aircraft that they've taken the details from. I personally, if I was putting this panel in, it all seems to be, I know it's orientated around the pilot, all seems to be shoved over this one side. What I would have done is I would have put that panel in the middle and then move this one over slightly, because we've got a lot of space over here that we're not utilising, and it's not that far away, but I suppose you've got to be able to have access to your main flight panel. So should this fail, that would then give you the information that you need, which it's doing, and is actually showing we've got 69 miles to go to our destination. So we could follow the GPS line, so follow this green line, and it would then fly us straight to our destination, which is exactly what you want. So that's on a course of 236. So we change that slightly so that we then would follow that line. So we've got our altitude, we've got our speed, and all the information we need is here. So that's really cool. So you could fly without these other instruments. We must have a tailwind. Have we got a tailwind? Because we're going pretty quick. Engine revs just about maxing out. So it's using quite a bit of fuel, 21 gallons an hour, but we have got the engine revs in the red. That's all fine though. Fuel flow's fine, oil pressure's fine, oil temperature's fine. Everything else is looking okay. So we are pushing it a little bit. Auto fuel switching then has just switched round to the other tank, so that does it automatically. I've brought back the mixture a little tiny bit, just to try and lean her out, but we are going pretty quick for this. We'll dash across the water. Right, what I'll do here though is we will end for a second, and we'll pick it up as we get a bit closer to our destination, and then ready to do the landing. And here we are, some 20 odd minutes later, approaching Ibiza. Been quite a steady flight across. Just slightly off course with the landing. There is the runway ahead. Descending down now to 1,000 feet, and using the synthetic vision to make sure we miss these mountains we're coming in over. So I've been following the flight plan across. It's been quite quite an interesting flight actually coming across, but I've been looking around at other aircraft and seeing what's going on. Scenery as always fantastic, plane doing really well. So we backed off speed wise. We can bring the mixture back up and then bring ourselves in for hopefully what is a smooth landing. So yes, a fantastic plane. Really can recommend it. I will put a link below to where you can purchase it from Just Flight. Also check out Traffic Global as well. That is an awesome addition. As you can see down there, we've got a plane at Ibiza either waiting to depart or arrive, and it just brings a whole extra dimension to your flying when you've got other aircraft around. It's really fantastic. And yeah, this sort of aircraft built for these sort of little tiny hops, flying around the islands here. Really well suited. I will also put a link in the description below to the awesome Discord community that we have. Check that out. We do a lot of group flights in multiplayer a few times a week. Also not just flying as well, so if you're into other sort of sims, check out Discord. I will put a link to that below as well. Right, in we come then. Yeah, I turned the autopilot back on then and shouldn't have done really. So hand fly it in. 1,000 feet. I'm keeping my eye on that Ryanair plane that's down there, wondering what he's doing. Looks like he's getting closer to me. He's at 0 feet, so I'm guessing he's taxiing. So I'll leave the view like this so we can see the awesomeness that is synthetic vision on our way down. Hopefully he's not taxiing to depart and he's going to end up taking off in front of me.
Flaps. Flaps.
But he's definitely getting closer. I'm hopeful that he's going to wait. We've got 2 whites, 2 reds, so we're doing okay on our approach. A really great plane to hand fly.
Approaching 2-4.
Doing a fantastic job. Well, not me, obviously, the plane. But yeah, he's waiting to take off. Hopefully he's not going to pull out on me.
Flaps.
Oh, stay there, Mr. Ryanair.
Unstable. Unstable.
Nope, he's going to pull out right in front of me. At this point then, I should go around. At this point, he shouldn't have really taxied out onto the runway. Thanks for that, Mr. Ryanair. So we'll go long. And land.
Long landing. Long landing. 7,000 feet remaining.
Buttery landing. I'm now conscious of trying to get off this runway because we've got a jet coming up behind us. Wow. Okay, well, he didn't really stop and give way. I should have really gone around. It was a buttery landing, an interesting landing, but a buttery landing. Right, there we go. Wow. Let's taxi around. And we'll go and pull up. Just go and pull up over here somewhere out the way. Well, that was certainly an interesting approach. Let's just stop over here. There we go. And apply the parking brake. There we are. And shut all the electrics. And all the lights off. Put chocks on. Open the door so we can get our luggage, etc. out. And there we go. So sort of slightly abandoned in the middle of nowhere. But we made it to Ibiza just. Yeah, that was certainly an interesting approach. So yes, I'll leave a link down below where you can purchase the plane from Just Flight. Do check out Traffic Global as well. It is awesome. It does add a lot to your flying experience. Can be interesting at times, as we saw. And I'll also put a link below to the Discord server. Check that out too. So plenty of flying content from me coming up in 2020. Something that I do quite regularly over on Twitch. Sort of 3 live streams a week in flight. Plenty more of that, some of which makes it to YouTube, some doesn't, but worth checking out the Twitch page as well if you want to catch me live. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more reviews of my own style in 2020. Until the next time, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.